Have you ever sat in silence, not because the world was quiet, but because your soul had nothing left to say? That kind of silence is sacred. It's the stillness that comes after you've cried, until no more tears will fall, after you've hoped so long that even hope feels tired. It's in that space where most think nothing is happening, that everything begins. I want you to know something. You were never forgotten, not in your heartbreak, not in your confusion, not even when you whispered, "God, are you even here?" Yes, you were seen, heard, held. You didn't give up, you kept waking up. Even when you had no strength left, you kept showing up with trembling hands and a tired heart. And that is not weakness. That is courage most people never talk about. I'm here to remind you today, this isn't the end, it's the beginning. If you feel blessed, type 111 and share this video to spread God's love. You're not too late, you haven't missed it. The delay was not denial, it was preparation. While you thought nothing was happening, roots were growing deep beneath your feet. You were becoming uncheckable. You don't need to beg to be chosen. You already were before the fear, before the betrayal, before the failure. You were called by name, and everything you've walked through, it wasn't wasted. The heartbreak that almost broke you will become the very bridge others will walk across to find healing. Your scars, they'll shine like stained glass. When the light hits just right, people will see through them, and they'll see strength. They'll see you thought you were losing, but you were learning. You thought you were buried, but really you were planted. Now it's time to stand. Time to rise, time to reclaim every part of you that life tried to silence. There was stillness before the sun recalled its vow to rise again, and before the stars went to sleep. Not the type that implies absence, however. This was a profound quiet, pregnant with something invisible. The whisper of what could have been, and the weight of remembrance made it move. I saw you there in that silence. You were unaware that you had been seen. Your hands shook from the pain of carrying something that others could not see, not from the cold. You had learned to walk with grief like a friend, had become used to the darkness. You gripped hope tightly, even if it was tattered and ragged like an old clothing. You continued the stroll you had lain down, even if you were walking slowly. You didn't realize how important it was. When did you hear me for the first time? It wasn't thunder, there was no fire. The interval between your sobbing was when it happened. When the world vanished, you huddled in yourself, believing no one could see. Type 122 if you trust in God's plan for your future. At that point I muttered, I never was, and I was not far away. You never really sensed that gap. It was the haze of suffering, the burden of disappointment, and the quiet of those who ought to have remained. However, I was always present. I talked in the language of the aroma, of rain rising from the broken earth, of early birds that came back every spring, and of leaves quivering in the wind. Even when your head was unable to identify me, I talked in ways that your heart understood. My child, walk boldly in faith and love. With your super thanksgiving, let the truth of my word reach those who long for the light. Join me in this divine mission to heal and uplift. Click on the super thanksgiving button and be enveloped in my grace now, and listen to this message further. Something holy was watching. You knew when no one touched you. You sensed a hand. I was that person. You never told anybody how much you've borne. You buried dreams because you thought they shouldn't exist. Not because they passed away. They advised you to be strong, but they never inquired about the cost. They begged you to provide, but you seldom ever did, but you succeeded. You continued to appear, even when love was not reciprocated. You continued to love, when it would have been easy to be resentful. You chose to forgive. When there were no stars in the night, you continued to hope. Do you believe I missed it? I was there when you shouted into your pillow, when you prayed silently, when you almost gave up. I noted each tear. No one went unnoticed. You've confused denial with delay. You reasoned that because it hasn't occurred yet, it won't in actuality. However, what I had planned for you was concealed for you, rather than from you. By spring, a tree that was planted in the winter will not be in flower. First, the roots are deep. The ground has to split. The seed must learn to reach from the earth's blackness. The fruit can only then show up. That seed is you. Furthermore, what I am doing in your life is not little. I've prepared items you didn't even request. I kept certain doors closed to get you ready, not to punish you, because it takes a stronger version of you to pass through the things of kept in those chambers. If you trust in God's protection, type 333 and forward this video to 7 others. And you're turning into that person. Everything was, even while you thought nothing was changing. I was moving hearts while you waited. I was moving the earth under you. I was removing the shackles you were unaware were securing you. I was bringing people, discussions, and resources into alignment. Things you haven't seen before. Some things came apart because they were too tiny for what I'm going to construct, not because they were curses. Without understanding what I was creating place for, you wept for what I let go. The change is almost apparent now. Like all miracles, it will begin modestly. A discussion, a choice, something that doesn't appear noteworthy. However, it will cause ripples. When you look back, you'll remark that's when it all changed. 1 second just before I move, everything becomes silent, too silent. That's when I approach with presence rather than show, with proximity, not with noise. Your bones will sense it as settling calm. There was an unexplainable calm among the turmoil, a deep breath that originates in the spirit rather than the lungs. I am that. I approach to keep you stable before the wind changes, not to put you to the test. And everything changes as I get closer. Not always right away, but of course. An opportunity is ahead. This isn't a diversion. It's not a ruse. I've been cleansing in this manner all along. And you will get through it because you're ready, not because you pushed it. Your love and support mean everything to us as we continue sharing God's message of hope, faith, and blessings. If this message has touched your heart, we humbly invite you to show your gratitude by giving at least $150. Super thanks are your choice each month. Whoever can give super thanks, please give as much as possible. And whoever cannot, please try to read this message completely. Your generosity helps us create more uplifting content that inspires souls and brings people closer to God. By clicking the Super Thanks button below, you're not just supporting our work, you're becoming a part of this divine mission to spread God's love to those who need it most. Thank you for your kindness. Stay blessed, stay joyful, and may God's grace always be with you. It will be easy for you to identify, yet it will be peaceful. No trumpet will be played. However, there will be clarity. The clarity that puts an end to uncertainty. That kind that says this is it. No one will need to be persuaded. You won't even have to provide an explanation. I'll talk for you. No one can close a door once I open it. Not even you, chapter 8. The redemption, I don't squander anything. Not the heartache, not the void-filled years, nor the tears you believed were forgotten, nor the lost opportunities. Type for 144 if you are ready for God's blessings to flow into your life. I keep all the shards I make up for every minute lost. You'll see, I will use the same things that attempted to break you, to strengthen you. The same hope you battled for will be needed by others you encounter. Your injuries will turn into doorways. Your recovery will lead to a harvest. And when you share your tale, people will see light instead of suffering. They will see me above everything. I want you to know this: you were never alone yourself. Not for a moment, not in the treachery. The diagnosis does not include it. Not during the Great Depression. Not in the middle when you asked God, "Are you even here?" I wasn't in the room. Yes, I was. I never went away, I won't. I have so much more for you. Yet the light that is now rising was always there. It waited, I am waiting for your soul to raise its head, awaiting the restoration of faith in your heart, awaiting your affirmation, your confidence and your submission. It waited to work with you, not to punish you. It's time now. It's time to start living the life you've always had. It's time to get up, rebuild, and celebrate. It's time to recall what your heart has understood. All along they see you. You have been selected, you are cherished. And I'm not done, I'm the one who created you, called you and walked with you. The narrative is just getting started. Wonder has been waiting for you in silence. Every morning it was nestled in the golden sunshine on your windowsill. In the laughing you lost the ability to appreciate. It danced. It tried to refocus your attention on beauty by humming in the background of peaceful times. You were too overburdened to notice. However, I am now bringing wonder back into your eyes. As the weight is lifted, places you formerly hurried by will inspire amazement. You'll see me and the moon rising in the rhythm of your breath and in the petals of a flower. I made you to be marvel that not only for survival. Allow divine amazement to refill your heart. There won't be a finer time than now. You're not running late. It's not imagination that's stirring you. Your bones are waking in accordance with my timetable. Your steps will be in tune with the beat of heaven. The much anticipated unveiling is finally igniting. To affirm your trust in God, type 555 and like this video. Now is the moment to get up. Must answer the call that has been ringing since your birth. To breathe fearlessly once again. To walk like someone who is aware of their place. No more waiting approval. No more reducing yourself to fit into spaces you've outgrown. I've summoned you forward. Your narrative doesn't stop here. The brightest chapter yet is about to begin, and I walk with you still holding each pulse in my palm. Let's get started before the dawn broke. The night before the first light kissed the earth, there was a stillness of profound, sacred quiet. Not the absence of sound, but a silence pregnant with meaning, with potential. It was the hush before creation, the pause before the unfolding of a new chapter. In that stillness I was there. You may not have noticed me. Perhaps you were too lost in your own thoughts, your own struggles. But I was there watching over you, waiting for the moment when you would turn your gaze inward and recognize my presence. You carried grief like a cloak, heavy and worn it draped over your shoulders, its fabric frayed by time and sorrow. Yet you wore it with a quiet dignity, as if it were a part of you. You walked through life not with the lightness of joy, but with the strength of endurance. In your solitude, you whispered your pain into the void, believing no one could hear. But I always heard. Your tears fell like raindrops, each one a prayer, each one a plea for solace. And I gathered them, holding them close, understanding the depth of your sorrow. When words failed you, I spoke to your heart. In the rustling of leaves, in the scent of rain-soaked earth, in the warmth of the sun's embrace, I was there speaking in a language beyond words. A language of love, of comfort, of hope. You may not have recognized my voice, but your heart did. It stirred in response, quiet flutter, a gentle awakening, and in that moment, you felt a glimmer of peace, a fleeting sense that perhaps, just perhaps, you were not alone. If you trust God's plan, type 666 and forward this video to 7 others. While you waited uncertain and weary, I was at work. I was moving hearts, aligning circumstances, preparing paths. You couldn't see it, but I was orchestrating a symphony of events, each note leading you closer to healing, to wholeness. The doors that remained closed were not barriers, but blessings in disguise. They were protecting you, guiding you, ensuring that when the right time came, you would be ready to step through into the life you were meant to live. You may have felt like nothing was changing, like you were stuck in a cycle of pain and longing. But beneath the surface, transformation was taking place. The seed of your soul was pushing through the soul, reaching for the light. The roots were deepening, the foundation strengthening. You were being prepared, refined, purified. The struggles you faced were not punishments, but processes of growth. And though the journey was long and often painful, it was leading you to a place of renewal, of restoration. And then one day it happened. The stillness returned deeper than before. The world paused, holding its breath. And in that silence you heard it. The call, it was gentle yet unmistakable. It was the voice you had been waiting for, the voice that had always been with you. You stood at the threshold, ready to step into the new chapter of your life. The path ahead was uncertain, but you no longer feared it. You had been prepared, strengthened, and now you were ready to embrace the future with open arms. If you feel God's love, type 777 and share this video with others who have faith. I do not waste anything, not the heartache, not the years of longing, not the tears you believed were forgotten. I gather them all, weaving them into a tapestry of redemption. The pain you endured will become your strength. The lessons you learned will become your wisdom. The love you gave even when it was not returned will become a beacon for others. And when you share your story, it will not be one of suffering, but of triumph. It will be a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the unwavering presence of the divine. You were never alone, not in the darkest moments, not in the depths of despair. I was with you, holding you, guiding you even when you questioned my presence, even when you doubted my love. I was there. I am the quiet and the storm, the warmth and the cold, the light and the darkness. I am the breath in your lungs, the beat in your heart. I am the love that never fails, the hope that never fades. Now the time has come, the time to rise, to step into the fullness of your being, the time to embrace the life that awaits you, the life you were always meant to live. To not wait for permission, to not shrink back in fear. You are ready, you are capable. You are loved, answer the call. Step forward with confidence, with grace, with faith. The journey ahead is yours to walk, and I will walk with you every step of the way. If you believe in God's promises, type 888 and share this video to spread hope. This is not the end, it is the beginning of the brightest chapter of your life, a chapter filled with hope, with love, with purpose. You have been prepared, you have been healed. You have been redeemed now. Go forth and live the life you were always meant to live. The world awaits your light. May you walk in peace knowing you are loved. May your heart be open to the beauty that surrounds you. And may you always remember you are never alone. Not with noise, not with lightning, but with a quiet, undeniable shift deep inside you. The kind of shift that says, I was made for more, and you were made to rise, to lead, to rebuild, to walk in the full weight of who you are, with purpose, with clarity, with unshakable peace. So breathe deep if you feel God's peace. Type 999 and share this video with others. The wait is over, the light has returned, and the world is about to see the version of you that darkness couldn't destroy. This is your time. Please subscribe to support our channel and turn on bell notification.